first debate topic. All right, look. AEW's roster has had plenty of AEW alumni from its inception, but some of them have not really been hits. Some of them have been misses. So, who truly has benefited the most from leaving the E? Who wants to start this one off?
Yo, I want to hear Anthony's because Anthony said he had a good one.
All right, go ahead, Anthony. You'll start it
All right,
off.
so my pick I had in my mind, and then my wife changed my mind. But my pick originally was Jon Moxley because now he got to be his own creative writer, do his own thing, and I'm still popping for him. My wife changed my mind, and the man I'm wearing right now, Cody Rhodes, him leaving the E to go to AEW, write his own story, help build that brand to be able to come back and be where he's at now. I think that's the best one yet.
Okay.
Thanks, wife.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. That's all right. It's funny because I was originally when you asked this question, I thought about just like who's actively on AEW's roster, as far as like who would be the person I would pick, and for me, it's Tony Storm. Because technically,
Okay.
I will say this: technically, the other person I was thinking of isn't on AEW's roster. She's on Ring of Honor's roster. And she is that person. So I got to go with Tony. I mean, the timeless Tony Storm thing has been running crazy, and all the people that she's beaten, all the champions that she's taken down, everything that she's done, it's been crazy. Plus, when she got there originally as Tony Storm, the rocker, it wasn't really hitting. Then she joined the Outcast thing, and it was kind of we're okay. And then all of a sudden, this timeless Tony Storm thing started kind of taking off a little bit. And it's going to seem wild when I say this, but it was equivalent to watching Roman Reigns with the Tribal Chief and watching Tony Storm on the women's side do it, as far as we weren't really behind this thing. We were just kind of whatever. It's kind of weird. And then she started putting the story together, and we all started watching and kind of getting more and more into it. And now here we are. Now she didn't have the title, but we're still really into timeless Tony Storm. So I have to go with Tony on this one.
Fair points, fellas. Fair points.
She's
now,
sloppy.
So
sorry.
I don't disagree with Cody at all, and I figured somebody would say Cody. Because I think the obvious choice would be Cody. I mean, he left WWE, helped start AEW, and then left AEW, and now look at him. He's now the quarterback of AEW. AEW. The quarterback of WWE. He put the Rhodes name in history. But I didn't think about Tony. And that's a good point. Tony, with me, hits or misses.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about who really benefited the most, it's not Cody. It's not Jericho, because a lot of people will probably say Jericho. It's not Tony. It's this woman.
I feel you.
She's fucking garbage too.
Damn.
Mercy, listen. So look, this is why I say it's Mercedes. So look, she's finally got the freedom and the chance to really reinvent herself. She's not, shackled to the Sasha Banks gimmick. She's got the CEO. All right, she was boxed in. She had the great match. She wasn't given, so much creativity in the E. All right, boom. She's able to do a bunch of different stuff outside of wrestling that she couldn't do in WWE. She brings in outside fans into AEW. She brings in Star Wars fans. She's a Mandalorian. She does so much other stuff. They follow her brand. Not only that, she's also, how many championships she has now? what 9. I think she's now the modern day belt collector. Um,
How many of those are AEW though?
she 2, 1,
Two.
2, yeah, 2, right? Yeah,
Technically, because she won the Owen Hart one.
yeah. So 2. So I thought 2.
Two.
So
2.
has AEW really boosted her or helped her out, or her going to New Japan helped her out?
I would say New Japan. I would say the New Japan will solidify her more.
I mean, it's a
So
good question because while I do understand your point, she was injured for like a year and a half in New Japan. Like she was for like a year because remember she broke her ankle, and so Willow was the one that actually carried that brand for a while Mercedes was like recovering. So I mean, I do feel your point, but I feel like her first 2 matches in New Japan really didn't hit with us because we didn't really get a chance to watch them, and when we did watch them, there was a lot of we kind of saw some things in it that we kind of knew were going to happen. But I think AEW kind of elevate her platform in America. So I mean I understand your point. I'll let you continue, Chaz. My fault.
Thank you. Anyway, Mercedes is legitimately a pioneer in women's wrestling. She's one of the first black women to main event WrestleMania. She's multiple time women's champion. She literally benefited more. Now adding AEW to her resume, now adding New Japan to her resume, just solidify her as not just a WWE legend. She's now a overall professional wrestling legend. So yeah, if you're gonna talk about who benefited more, you got to talk about the boss, the CEO. All right, everybody's favorite wrestler, Mercedes Moné. Play that music again.
You need to stand.
Anyway, yeah.
Here's my pushback about Sasha Banks. Well, Mercedes Moné is that the CEO gimmick is the boss gimmick. It's the blueprint gimmick. It's the same gimmick. And the reason why I went with Tony, I understand why you would pick Mercedes. And funny enough, when I first read this topic, that was the first person I thought about was Mercedes. Because I was like, yo, it's gotta be. Like on the main on AEW's 2 prime shows, it's gotta be her. But then like Tony came in with the same gimmick that she brought over from WWE, and then she just reinvented her whole self, and she got a whole new character over with the crowd. She came over with the hotness of Tony Storm, but then she invented like this whole new character of timeless Tony Storm, and I think that character pushes farther along in AEW than what Mercedes did with the CEO gimmick. Like that's my pushback. I do agree. She is.
But her career
There's no doubt in my mind that Mercedes is a wrestling legend. There's not. There's no way that I could ever be like, nah, bro, this person, that person. No, because she's gotten herself over in multiple different areas by winning championships and like being featured in prominent spots. I think personally though, in AEW though, it's Tony's division. It's not Mercedes.
I don't think so. I don't think it's her division. I don't think it's her division.
It's been her division.
I don't think so. No.
It's been her division. What do you mean? Like
no, but
for the last 2 years.
Mercedes has more screen time though.
But for the last 2.5 years,
than Tony though.
For the last 2.5 years, it's been Tony. It's been Tony.
No, I don't think it's just been just Tony. Nah, I think you got to put in. It's been Tony and friends. It's been Tony. It's been Athena. It's been
Athena. I agree. Okay, but the problem with Athena, right?
And Chris Statlander.
Mind you, hold on. Athena. Okay, if you weren't behind a paywall and you were on Collision and Dynamite, I would be advocating for you hardcore. But because I have to watch you on ROH behind a paywall, I can't put you in that category. But you, ma'am, run the women's division in all divisions. I don't care. I'm gonna just put that out there. You do it. But when we talk about AEW specifically, I go back to two shows that matter: Collision and Dynamite. And guess who are on there? Tony Storm had been holding it down before Mercedes came through, and she was holding it down while she was there. And while Mercedes is the TBS champion and she is in prominent matches week after week after week, Tony still gets talked about the most.
Okay.
I accept your apology.
I'm not accepting. No. I thought Lou was. I was waiting for Lou to say something. I thought he had something to say.
I just don't like. I've been like this for 10 years. That's Cliff. I just don't like Sasha Banks. Period.
I know you don't.
Or just so when you say Sasha Banks, I'm like, it's like watching paint dry on a wall. It's boring.
Oh, don't do that. She's definitely top 10.
She definitely do her thing though. I definitely love the Ultimo Dragon.
I look at it like this. Tony's gimmick, like it's Tony's character is over, but when you still look at Tony Storm compared to Mercedes Moné, it's just that's you know, it just it don't match
run.
Up. It still don't. I still don't.
Listen, like the whole run for Mercedes was to go after the AEW championship and to help raise it to another level. But ultimately, who did AEW go with when the match was happening? Who did the crowd choose? Because they weren't chanting CEO. Anytime Tony started to come along in that match with Mercedes, they were cheering for Tony.
Because the AEW fans are a bunch of sickos.
Well, no, that too. But they're also pulling because they understand. I mean, the story's been written. Like, we watched Tony Storm do everything under the sun in her matches, right? Whether they're hardcore matches or the end of the story with Mariah May, like, yo, she literally has put in blood, sweat, and tears into those matches. You know what I mean? And we've watched it happen. So I think that's why the crowd got behind her. And they kind of feel like she's more homegrown than Mercedes.
Yeah, whatever.
I do agree though. When it goes to any, when it goes outside of AEW, it's hands down Mercedes. Well, outside of Athena, let me put it that way.
Like, that's legitimately how I feel.
I mean, that's fine.
Anyway, go ahead. Any final thoughts? Yeah. Thank you, CEO. CEO. Yeah. There we go.
Final thoughts. I look at Tony. I mean, Tony is that's my pick. You know, that's all.
All right, Lou, what you got?
You both made some really good points, and I'm kind of swaying over to this guy, saying he's kind of right about
Timeless Tony Storm. It's not though. It's not any of the males. Yeah. It's nobody on that male side.
Oh yeah, there's definitely nobody on the male side. No.
That's funny how we all three we were looking at the female rosters. We were like, oh yeah, they've all benefited more than the male side. I mean, except for that guy.
Saraya did.
What's that?
Even Saraya did.
No, Saraya's. So it's funny because I would have wanted to split this on the other side. Who's had the biggest flop? That's almost what I wanted to. I was Andrade. I mean, he's back now. He's going against Kenny. I would have said. If I was really gonna look at it, I probably would have said not. It's gonna sound fucked. He's over. His song's over. Like his motions are over, but he just can't seem to stay healthy. I was gonna say Adam Cole.
You know what? I forget he exists sometimes, and that sucks.
And if it's not him, I mean, I know another guy who is unbelievably talented and just, he just, has this pose that he likes to do. And currently he's not wrestling. My man's got some bad knees,
Yeah.
Who's that?
Keith Lee.
Ooh.
And I think a lot of people forget that he's there too.
Forgot about Keith Lee. You can't forget about Uncle Keith.
Yeah. That's what's crazy though, man. When I look at the roster of AEW and I'm like, which WWE guy hasn't made that big of an impact that you thought would have? Like Keith Lee would not have been that name. I would have
Nope.
never thought that.
Nope.
He would have been like, oh yeah, that's the guy. He's the dude. He's gonna help. He's, and like unfortunately injuries and health, like by all means, Keith, we want you to get better. But it just affected him so badly. It's like, damn, that's crazy. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Chaz, you disabled this man's internet connection?
I won't deny nor confirm said allegation.
I mean, Miro get kind of flopped out too. I wouldn't. I thought they were going to do a lot more with Miro than what they really did. And now that he's back in the WWE where he belongs, I just looking back at that because I was really mad about that. So I didn't like him as Rusev, and I was like, this is gonna be bullshit, and he just like fizzled. Like they put him in the back and said, you're in catering at AEW.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
just
remember they were trying to build him up because remember they were talking about the best man and that he was the gamer and that he was like the redeemer and they were trying to find new ways to get him over and it just wasn't working out. So I was like, dude, I have no idea like what's going on.
his best character.
Yeah. It was crazy. You know who I would have also said, and I know unfortunately his run got cut short? Brody Lee.
Who? Say that again.
Brody Lee.
That's a good
like,
one.
Oh yeah.
That like the dark order because of Brody, like he literally was the man and like just taking that whole group in a new direction and they were just dominating everything. And unfortunately, obviously, things happen and he got cut short and rest in peace. But yeah, Brody would have been my pick, man.
You know what? Yeah. Okay.
Looking back on it.
Just leave it at that one.
Wow. Alrighty. Let's get on over to the second. Let's go. You know what? No. Let's do Push and Barry.
Okay.
Push and Barry.